And this is WW7. We are live. I'm going to talk a little bit about over here on 777 these tensions between the U.S. and Russia. It really looks like the war drums are beating a little bit louder, and the moves that we're seeing Vladimir Putin and Russia make, truly, they're raising some eyebrows, and it's bringing into question, is there something big really about to go down? Now, we already know they got all these different war fronts. We already know who's behind these militants all over the place that they're using in all these other countries. We already know who's funding them, giving them weapons, whether it's even Northern Africa, when we look at Boko Haram and all these other units, it's the same old song and dance. But as I've stated before, when it comes to Syria, Russia has pipelines that run through Syria that feed into Europe. And this generates a lot of income for a cash-strapped Russia right now that just took $1 billion chunk and invested it not into any other sector. They put everything else on hold. They put it into the military. This is a military that they have been spreading out across Russia, and Russia is massive. They've been sending military units into the Arctic over the past year. Massive expeditions, massive drills in the Far East. They just positioned a destroyer off the Kamchatka Peninsula, right there within reaching distance of Alaska, with a rock, let alone a missile. Now we have, as you can see here, this is ballistic missile launchers now rolling into Crimea. See them right there? These en masse heading into this area. Now, there was supposed to be a deal, if you guys remember, when they went in and said they discovered all these different chemicals and stuff inside of Syria. They had to get them out. Well, the United States and Russia made a pact to remove all these chemicals. They were going to take them out to sea and then take them to other places. And one of those places was the United States, a portion of all this, to destroy all this stuff. And then Russia was going to do the same, taking it to other places to destroy all these chemicals. But now they're wanting to back out of that. And not only are they wanting to back out of that, they are sending their units all over the place. They have bases popping up left and right. You can see here. And I have links for all this stuff in the description box. Like the other night, didn't have time and had forgot. But as you can see here, they're building up more military bases along the western border there, especially with Ukraine. Ukraine, in the eyes of NATO, is a stolen piece of land. Ukraine is very unique. We've talked about the ancient pyramid structures that are there, all the ancient history that is there, in just Ukraine itself, the mountain ranges and the history and the things that can be found. It also seems to me like there's something more here than just going after oil and all these shenanigans. It really seems to me like they're in search of something buried, something from history. I believe it's what they were looking for in Iraq. I believe they found it. And I believe it's what they're looking for in other countries, including Libya. And I believe one country in particular that just so happens to house the largest cut stone on this planet that they can't even move. It sits in Baalbek. Syria. The history of all this, going back to their true religion. I don't believe these people are Christians, Jews, Muslims, any of it. I believe they are fake of all of it. They are worshiping another entity that was cast here. that was put into place. They're God of this planet that controls everything and gives them that power. Yet they keep this hidden from the masses, and they will play the people out like puppets. These leaders have a sole responsibility to keep their people in check on this world stage. And I truly believe all of these world leaders are in the know of this. They have no way to compete against this force. They worship it. And I also believe that with this planet, there's more to it than meets the eye. There's all kinds of theories, but they're keeping secrets, and these secrets are secrets held by the upper echelons of all these countries. Now, what timing here with the election? Have you guys noticed that all of the stuff is going on with Hillary? The Podesto emails, all the stuff is being dropped. Yet when I look at my Twitter feed, and this is someone that's not for Hillary or Trump, when I look at my Twitter feed, all I can help but see is the mainstream media bashing Trump. But yet in the most recent Podesto files, it shows that the Clinton organization chose and wanted Donald Trump to be the man to win the Republican Party. Now, how in the hell can that be? No, I'll tell you how. Because they said it right there. They felt like he was going to be their Pied Piper. It's all been exposed for those of you that have not read any of the Podesto hacks. They just released batch 5. Okay. And while they're out here trying to make a big old, schism over what Trump said about grabbing something by the pussy, excuse my language. Bill was caught in a photo or video, damn near doing it on film. Not just saying it, but doing it. Then I can't help but think and look at all these clips they show of Hillary saying, oh, we will make sure that every child everywhere will be protected. Yet we've got Danny Williams out here looking like a dead ringer on Bill Clinton, screaming, I want a damn DNA test. He's my dad. Putting them to the test. Like y'all say, you had meetings with Black Lives Matter, and we know that that's a sham, but he's like, I'm half black. Do I matter? They don't. They push him to the side, and they act like it doesn't exist. Well, there's another bombshell that's about to happen. And you notice that every single time something goes down with Hillary, she wants to blame it on a Russian hack. Russia. And there's no doubt Russia is doing some hacking. No doubt. Russia, China, they're all doing it. Keeping an eye on one another. But none of them play dirtier than the Mossad. When's the last time you heard that mentioned on the mainstream? You won't. It's because Rupert Murdoch is a Zio that, he believes in the same thing that they believe in, that they are superior. They are a superior race. Not just a different religion, that they are a different race. You better do your homework and realize who you're messing with here. They view you as the Goyim. Goy. And if you know anything about their Masonic rituals and what they're up to, and anything about Albert Pike and what they want to do, they're going to run these Muslims against everything they can to destroy as much as they can with chaos. Then they're going to bring in the atheist in the end against the Christians to do battle. And see, this is how they have order out of chaos. You see, they staged this. You can't forget the Bolshevik Revolution that took place in Russia. The roots of all these different things. And I know it's sad to say that when you look at some leaders of these countries like Russia, and you say, okay, Putin will not allow GMOs in this country. Yet here, under Obama, they're trying to hide it from you and not even label it to get you to eat it. You see, standards of how you treat your people. In Russia, they just had a drill moving 40 million people within days. 40 million people is a huge logistical feat. Yet they did it. When's the last time America had it, millions of us, truly feeling like they cared for us? This military, anything like that. It's not. The government and them will conduct their drills. They'll run to Cheyenne Mountain and into their bunkers. The rest of us are sitting out here. What better time to attack a country than when it's fighting itself? So what do I see here? They keep blaming Russia. Now they're saying that they brought Trump in on this because they felt that they knew they could beat him, that he was their Pied Piper. Now the mainstream media is doing nothing but dogging him and tearing him down with all the stuff. Yet she's done all the stuff, is responsible for people being killed and everything else. And yet the mainstream's not saying none of that. The newest stuff that they're talking now is that they're about to drop a video that's going to show Bill Clinton screwing a 13-year-old. And this is going to, what they're saying, cause havoc on this election. It's going to send it into a tailspin. Well, you see, that to me makes sense because that's what they would want. Now, how did this happen? Well, there's a well-known company in man that is a friend of Bill Clinton that has an island that they ran as a sex ring. And this man was invested in, it was pretty much given $1 billion to make this all happen. And Bill Clinton made 26 trips to this island. He even ditched his security detail to go into this island. But you know what Bill Clinton and all these other fools that took a part of this did not realize is that they were dealing with the Mossad. And the Mossad was taping their every move because that's how they work. By blackmail. Yes, Jeff Epstein is the man. Mossad was whose fingerprints were all over 9/11. That's why they had a foreign exchange group here to document it before it happened and even admitted it on national television. If you look it up, you're hard pressed to find the footage, but it's still out there. Same ones that were jumping up and down by a van right after cheering when it happened. Yet no one wants to make mention of that. They want to say, oh, there was Muslims down there in a parking lot or on top of an apartment building. Yet we have no footage of it. It's always blaming it on them. It's not to say they're not using that to their advantage. They are definitely using the eye for an eye. These alphabet gangs are going into these other countries and using young Muslim individuals. They're using them through and through. They're honing in on their weakness, the eye for an eye, jihad. They're using it to the fullest. They're giving them food, weapons, training, everything, and they're giving them a license to kill. That's what they're doing. And that's their machine. It's their weapon. You think the United States was ever going to go into Iraq with all them oil fields and let some goons come down out of the mountains and steal all the oil? Create $1 billion war chest? And we're just letting them sit there? Come on now. Guys, you've got to know better than that. They would never let that happen. They are the ones controlling it and selling it on the black market. And to me, this is a ploy here. And there's a reason why I believe Saudi Arabia is building a wall around their country for defense, because I think in the future they know the gig's up. They've been the oil barons for all this time, running the game, pulling the strings. They even brought the price of oil down so low that it caused the rigs here in this country to have to shut down because they couldn't afford to operate. That's an act of war, in my opinion. But yet the Obama administration, everyone else didn't seem to care. And when it comes to the Mossad in Israel, all this time they tried to say Netanyahu and Obama didn't get along. What did Obama just do the other night, just last week? Sent some $50 billion with a B, 50 some billion to Israel. Not you, not to fix your bridges in your community. to clean up the streets. None of that. They gave it to their masters, you see. That's who controls this bitch. You better get to realize it on Jesuit command. They control it all. And at the top, it's sick, elite, pedophile rings. And I got a feeling. I just got this feeling. I don't know which one it is. Everyone's always out here waiting for the Antichrist, or can say the Antichrist is this person or that. But the opposite of that, we've got all these groomed individuals, all these world leaders that are groomed. Does any of them have it in them to pull a JFK moment, to say to hell with it? I'm going to tell the people the truth, even if it costs me my life. Does any of them have it in them? Because that right there could be the game-changing moment. To pull the curtain down. It would literally have to be someone from the inside that walked all the way in to the top and exposed them for what they are. Somebody's in the position to do it. I feel it. Timing is everything. Russia, big country. Backed by China, it's a massive force to mess with there. But you would have to think that if you wanted to bring them down, you would want to cause chaos between them two or within their own borders, right? I don't see them working on that too much. You know? All they could say is this. Russia, in calling all the people home here recently, is made a move that we kind of been watching for all along. You say, all right, when the elites head for the bunkers, that's when you need to be paying attention, right? Well, this is kind of in that ballpark. When they're calling their officials home, when they're telling the university students, you come home now, you don't even finish the semester. I mean, that's some big statements. Yeah, they're doing some big things. Shuffling around tens of millions of people within days and ordering everyone to come back home globally. It's something to think about here. And that, to me, the establishment here, if nukes were to fly, would be just like anything else. Things they let happen. Just like Pearl Harbor, just like the Gulf of Tonkin, just like 9/11. I feel like the next one's coming. Just can't put my thumb on it, what it is, where it's going to be at. And that's what sucks the worst. Don't have a crystal ball. All I can say, guys, is have a plan. All these years we've heard about all these different things that can happen. I really feel ominous about this window. Coming up election right here this month, what they're doing. Just be sharp, y'all. Just be sharp. All the time. I'm not talking, I don't have to go out and spend every dime you got right now on food and supplies and all that stuff. I'm saying have a plan. It starts with having a meeting spot for your friends and family. You see? It's that simple. Phones don't work tomorrow morning. You wake up late because the alarm didn't go off. Electric's out. It's begun. Don't be one of them people sitting around playing cards for the first 3 or 4 days thinking that they're going to come back on. It's when you need to be making moves. It's going to be a setup here. Okay? A setup. If anything that I can get through to you is when whatever happens here happens, it's going to be a setup. What's going on?
Yo, man.
I couldn't see the hangout. I've been pulling up these other screens. I heard you pop in there. I didn't know how long you've been.
I was trying to watch it through the thing, but for some reason I was lagging out, and I said, yeah, I'll just jump in, help keep the sheets warm in between breaths.
Yeah. I just I wanted to put all that out there For folks that have missed some other information I've put out, I mean, I think this is kind of important to pay attention to here with Russia. What do you think about it all, B?
Oh, I believe that we're approaching a time economically with the world that it's time to bang the war drums uh, with the whole world, and I believe it's time for them in their own thinking that it's time to start killing people again and reducing world population and reallocating resources. And it seems like it keeps going in a circle over and over and over again. Every single one of them are involved, and we're the pawns, man. We're who die. They don't care which country is on top at the end of the day. Not the ones who decide war.
And the war's on us. That's how I see it. The war's not against any country. The fucking war is on us.
Right.
It is on us. They've got you thinking an illusion of all this stuff, but in the end, it's the true war is on us. However the cards fall, that's what it's always been, and it's not going to be any different. They've gotten away with the illusion for a long time of sending our troops off to other countries to fight these wars and slaughter people, and now they've created this beast militant machine under this fake name that they've got running around here. It's an army. Don't get it twisted. It's an army. You wonder why the U.S. is shrinking in its numbers and they're still churning for war? Well, they've got their animal with billions of dollars in its war chest. And my thing is when that doesn't work anymore, because people are waking up to it. And I ask myself all the time, why aren't some of these other world leaders coming out and exposing exactly who the boogeyman is, who's funding it, who's creating them, who's backing them? When I don't see certain world leaders saying that, it's kind of like they're playing along with it. They're playing right along with the game. And that
They do. We can't forget about the times that they do, but they speak in tongues that
you're right.
the
You're
sheep
right.
don't.
Even
They don't
Putin
know
said
that. Yeah, they don't know what the Sunnis and the Shiites are. They don't realize that when Obama steps on the stage and says that we have to continue to train our Sunni allies, he's actually saying ISIS or Boko Haram or any of them. They're all the the Shiites are more aligned with the Russians. I think that was a huge point of the debate the other night when they said that, hey, your running mate Donald, he thinks that you guys need to go take out Bashar al-Assad, and he says no, they're fighting against the Sunni forces, and we need to align with Assad and Russia to take out the Sunnis. But then you turn around, you got Biden, Obama, and every other bum say we need to, that we train the Sunnis. But the Sunnis are them. The Sunnis, just different names. They're calling them all different names to confuse people, to make us think that there's a this or a that or a that or a this, and just total
like
confusion and make you run away, eat your fucking ice cream.
Yeah, I mean, just like they overused Al Qaeda, and then had to come up with something different.
And now we're aligned with them.
Yeah, and it's just
under a new name, Al-Nusra. Exactly the same people. Wikipedia that shit. Al-Nusra, Al-Qaeda, Sunni, ISIS, same crew, same people, same boogeyman, different names.
Right. And I even put out a video showing the same moderate rebel groups that they were sending weapons to, and other photos busted where they removed their face garments, and they were the same dudes. ISIS, right. Same dudes.
Yeah. Then you look over in Yemen, and they're launching high-tech missile technology off the coast of Yemen. But those aren't rebels. Those are Houthi forces. That's Iran. They just changed the name yet again.
They showed nothing in the media about how they just dropped bombs on people at a funeral the other day and killed thousands. Right. And then a couple of days later, they just bombed another funeral. It killed hundreds. It's like
boosts in the war, and that's who we're going to go to war. That's who going to be our buddies in war. We're going to have to buddy with the Saudi Arabians who like to incinerate babies in mass at funerals and weddings.
Not to mention incarcerate people for flirting on the internet.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, and let's not forget the card played there with Saudi, too, at their hand in 9/11, and now with them being able to be sued, and then their potential move where they could yank billions of dollars out of the U.S. economy overnight. We talked about that before, how it was showed in that movie, 1981 movie Rollover, I think it was called.
Yeah.
Look, this ain't fear mongering, you punk fucking bitch. You can't fucking take when I'm talking. Get the fuck out of here.
Kim Kardashian got robbed. You'll find that entertaining.
Yeah, listen, it's only fear mongering if your little bitch ass got fucking scared. Little hoe
He's gonna
bag.
be scared when he's got to fight his old neighbor next door for a can of peaches.
Seeing me and Raw for him in the street, dude. I don't know.
He'd probably try to kiss you.
But yeah, it's only fear if you're fearing it, and I don't see what the hell is here to fear. You should be damn pissed off, is what you should be. Every one of you. Enough to start making a change or a difference, doing something. You know, and I know most of the cats tune in here. They're always sharing the information, and you guys fight the good fight. But you know, I don't know, guys. We're on the doorstep of some big moves here. I really feel it's in the air. I feel the buzz, man.
I believe we're on the crest of 1965.
I mean, we're less than 30 days from
45.
election day. Less than 30 days from election day. They're gonna throw everything in the kitchen sink out here. I mean, I really think it's just gonna keep ramping up. And I don't know about this next debate, you know, and how it's gonna go. I mean, we just have to sit back and wait and see. When is that? That's coming up this weekend, right? Is it this weekend?
The 19th.
The 19th is
Monday or Tuesday or something.
All right, I think it's on a Monday again. No, it's actually a week from right now, right? Yeah, it's on a Wednesday. Middle of the week.
Have they announced moderator for it yet?
I haven't seen that. Oh, snap.
Whoever it is, I can guarantee you one thing. They probably suck.
Hold on a second here. Let me see something. Eric told me. Trying to look up Donald Trump. Donald Trump rally.
Cincy, I thought that was yesterday.
Oh, was it?
I think so.
Oh, man. I thought you said it was the 13th.
I could be wrong, but they usually only send me the emails 2 days or a day ahead of time.
That's the 13th. It is tomorrow, 7:30 p.m.
Okay.
US Bank Arena. If I can make this happen, that's where I'll be. I'm gonna try to get down on the ground on the outside of this. Yeah, it's showing here on the schedule that Thursday he'll be in West Palm Beach, Florida at noon, and then he will be in Cincinnati at 7:30 p.m. Greensboro, North Carolina, Friday, 2 p.m. Charlotte, North Carolina, Friday, 7 p.m.
Chat
Obama was
that
in Greensboro yesterday campaigning for...
No Cincy tomorrow. Is it? Somebody saying no Cincy tomorrow.
And the chat saying that the Fox News Chris Wallace is going to be moderating this next debate.
Okay, well, I'm not someone with the saying no Cincy because I'm right here on the schedule and everything I'm seeing has a green light for it. Nothing says canceled. Not even nothing here on any news announcements. So, yeah, I mean, if I can get down there and cover that, that'd be interesting. I want to see the reaction of the Cincinnati crowd to Trump, myself, personally. Downtown, I mean, Cincinnati's got its own history of getting a little wild. But they also have a history of not... I've seen the attempts of BLM try to come here and take over in Cincinnati. It did not happen. They had the little offshoots, and Anonymous has done several things here, but they just were never able to get it up off the ground here because they kind of snuffed them out like what happened in Milwaukee with Frank Nitti and them. BLM won't get nowhere in there close. They just knew it. The gig was up. They knew what they were backed by. They knew the truth. But, you know, you never know what you're going to see in any of these rallies. It's been a while since we've seen something pretty crazy happen. Remember the dude ran up and grabbed Trump's leg on stage?
Yeah, was that Dayton or Cincy?
That was in Wilmington. That was the closest city you're going to get to Cincinnati. So,
Yeah. Whatever happened to that bomb?
he was an actor.
Yeah, I seen him in some other photos and stuff. I wonder where he's at. We gotta find his name. We gotta find out where he's been hiding.
Right. Yeah, Wright State is where that went down at. Is this show yesterday? Nemo. Oh my gosh. I got to give a shout out to Nemo. I can't believe it. I ain't seen you in forever, brother. Nemo is my road dog from Baltimore when everything was going down in Baltimore. He was the cat that guided me around the streets and showed me where to go, introduced me to the real cats. He's a real cat himself. Nemo, man. 100. One of the real cats out there I've met in the streets that just is 100, man. I love meeting cats like that. When you meet real people in the flesh in the streets, there's nothing like it. It'd be like when we were in Cleveland walking around, certain people walk up and, we meet some real cats, man. It feels great,
Yeah, there was a couple good ones.
Yeah, and sometimes there's you don't know you just didn't never know. Anything can happen out there. But there was some really great people out there we met in the streets. And it's happened in a lot of cities, almost every city I've been to. Some cities have been more chaotic than others, like Ferguson. I met Rebsy there and other cats, So, I mean, good cats all over the place. Just don't forget that. Just finding them and connecting and staying connected and not letting trolls and the drama come in and separate you. You keep on trucking. But as for me, I am going to shut the stream down here shortly. The Georgia Guidestones video will be out by tomorrow. I have been messing with it through Filmora, and when you do that, the quality isn't right for some reason. I'm better off just screencasting it off of a media player window in pieces and then putting it together, and it really looks like it's an HD then. But you got great footage of all times, man. Being able to stop by there here recently, it was really unique. Got some good footage, aerial shots, and we're just going to go through the mystery of Stonehenge in the video and the time capsule that's still buried underneath, what looks to be blood stains on top of it. Seriously, it's just crazy. And everything else. Be a good video, but keep an eye out for that. I guess we'll be live right here Friday night. Underground World News Live, so be sure to tune in then. And B, what time you got after hours on Saturdays?
This week we're doing 10 o'clock, and I'm gonna have we're rolling with CERN. There's been so many people that requested me for CERN, and they're gonna get a version of CERN that they might not even like, but they're gonna get it.
Well,
so 10 o'clock Saturday night for me.
Much love to all you guys that's tuned in. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
It's all right. I ramble.
Rambling man.
Yeah, sometimes.
But we got Truth Lounge. Eric holds down on Sundays too. I mean, hell, you never know when any one of us would go live. I actually got to get everybody's links plugged into this upload. Over on 7.7, they're all in there, but I'm streaming over here now, and this is where it's going to go down for a while. Yeah, I guess that's pretty much it, guys. I'm gonna shut it down. Thank everybody for showing up here tonight. Shout outs. Much love, really, to everybody out there. And remember, tomorrow, around 7 o'clock, I may be going live from this event down there. So, just a heads up. Catch you guys on the flip side. It's been Dabu 7.